So very good morning to one and all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. I'm going to share my desktop so that you're able to see my presentation. So students, is it my presentation visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
audible? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks for your response. So the title and the code for this semester is UDIT 010 Ethical Hacking and Cyber Security. That is what the topic, the subject name. And the topic we are going to discuss today is cyber terrorism under unit number 1. So this is a Esther topic. That is one more topic only we are having under unit number 1. So cyber terrorism. So the agenda I planned is attendance at the start and end of the session, introduction about myself, etiquettes to be followed, then learning objectives and outcome, then recap of previous class, then introduction about the topic, then explanation of the topic, summarization, then at last Q&A, feedback if any. This is what the session planned. I planned. So as per our session plan, I'm now going to take the attendance. So students, please unmute your audio and mark your presence. Yeah. And say attendance students. Adarsh, Akash, Jayasuriya, Mageshwaran, Azar,
Present, sir.
Muhammad Shoaib,
Present, sir.
Aravind,
Present, sir.
Taranraj,
Present, sir.
Ranjit Kumar,
Present, sir.
Pavendan,
Present, sir.
Antonio,
Present, sir.
Vishnu,
Present, sir.
Arudra,
Present, sir.
Noel,
Present, sir.
Hari, Tish Balaji, Raghavendra, Sri Veeramani, Shubham, Yogeshwaran,
Sir, Shubham.
Sir. Sureswaran.
Yogeshwaran, Shubham.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Sivaguru, Ayuda,
Present, sir.
Krishna Kumar,
Present, sir.
Omkar,
Present, sir.
Ranjit, Petroleum,
Present, sir.
Danuj,
Present, sir.
Yedudev,
Present, sir.
Astin,
Sir, network problem, sir.
yeah, okay. Kamalesh,
Yes, sir.
Milan,
Present, sir.
Suraj,
Yes, sir.
Pradeep,
Yes, sir.
Shobit,
Yes, sir.
Vijay, Vijay,
Sir, Vijay present message பண்ணிருக்கார் sir. இதுல.
okay.
Sir, Jay Surya present, sir.
Noted. Okay, noted.
Sir.
Yeah, okay. Jayasuriya, noted. Okay, fine. We are getting back to our presentation. So, introduction Netiquette's learning objectives and outcome. We discussed so many times, so I'm going to skip those slides. And then the next plan is session plan is recap of our yesterday's class. That is, yesterday we started and completed the topic under unit number 1, that is cyber crimes. What are the various crimes available under the cyber environment? That is what we discussed in the yesterday's class. So most probably we are going to concentrate on the protection of ourselves and our data. Ourselves in the sense, the ultimatum is to protect our data in the cyber environment. So, what are the strategies we are going to use? That is what we discussed yesterday. So, having a proper antivirus, keeping the software up to date, and installing the software from the known sources. That is what the important thing, and then enabling and updating the firewalls frequently. So these are the some of the points we discussed to secure ourselves, in turn our data. The ultimate aim is to protect our data, not ourselves, because it is not a physical environmental attack. If it is so, we can protect ourselves, but in the cyber environment, we are not a prey. In the sense, our data only becoming a prey to the other persons. That is what. So we are going to protect our data by following these things at all. So what is cyber crimes, and what are the precautions you want to taken up to protect your data? That is what we discussed yesterday. And then today we are going to discuss about the cyber terrorism. So cyber terrorism is a part of the cyber crime. Yesterday we discussed the small outline only. That is, cyber terrorism is a part of attack under cyber crime. It is also one of the part. So hacking, the cyber terrorism, then pornography, then DDoS, denial of service. These are the some of the things we discussed yesterday. So today we are going to see elaborately about the cyber terrorism. So before getting into the presentation, I want to confirm once again, am I audible, students? Is there any distortion in my voice?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for your response. So this is what the thing we are going to discuss today, cyber terrorism. That is the simple thing nowadays recently going on is this one, that is cyber terrorism. Normally, the word terrorism means, so one frustrated person or personality becoming against all other persons. That is what the terrorism. Am I right, pa? Students? Students, am I right?
Yes,
What are the
sir.
stated definition? So one particular personality becoming
Sir.
against to all other personalities. What the terrorism? Because he or she follows some protocols that was not acceptable by the other personalities. That is what the terrorism. But in cyber terrorism, we are not knowing any persons, but to destroy this destruction of the data, money, then some cases honesty of that particular personalities. This cyber terrorism evolves. So recent days, instead of doing a physical war with the help of the machine in sense computer, laptop or desktop with the connectivity of internet. They are going to perform some activities, the cyber terrorism. So we are going to see in detail. This is what the content we are going to discuss. The first one is introduction. So what is the introduction about cyber terrorism means? As the arrival of this internet connectivity, the cyber terrorism also comes into the picture. That is, day by day, it is increasing. That is, the usage of the internet connectivity increasing one side. On the other half, the black shades, that is negativity shades, also increasing day by day. That is terrorism, cyber terrorism involves, but in a most recent days, it takes taking a new type of divergence. That is what. So day by day, it is also equipping himself to attack a particular personality or a mission. That is what. So in the cyberspace, what is the thing means? The individuals or a group of persons. That is an organization. So individuals or organization. Organization may be a public sector, governmental, private sectors. So individual and then organizations. Those are the prey for this cyber terrorism. So some anonymity call, anonymity mails, anonymity messages comes with the help of the cyberspace to attack the individuals or organization or an organization. That is what. So in order to destruct the data, that is the particular person's all personal profiles, then money, and then the ethnicity. This is what the ultimatum, that is aim of this cyber terrorism. Then the definition phase, that is, it is used to describe the internet based attacks in terrorist activities. That is, nowadays, whatever the normal people using the internet, moreover, the terrorist people also indulging or involving in the usage of internet connectivity. So they are more involving and more using this internet connectivity in a wrong way, not in the correct way, but in the wrong way. But nowadays we are using the internet connectivity for the right direction. Maybe you are using the internet connectivity for studying, collecting the materials for educational purpose, and some cases for relaxing purpose you can visit any social space and gaming zones. According to myself, I am going to visit the internet connectivity. I am going to surf the internet for collecting some materials, and some cases visiting the social space for relaxing. So this is what we are doing. But the point at the point of the terrorist, they are doing vulnerable things. They are that is they are creating the virus, Trojan horse, worms, in order to make an attack or attempt of the other personalities. That is what they are doing. So sending the spam mails or before an attack, any terrorist activities or attack, sending the mail to the government organizations, those are all happens with the help of this cyber terrorism only. That is, if the terrorism happens with the help of the internet, then it is going to be called as the cyber terrorism. That is what in a simple manner example. Then next one, features of cyber terrorism. So there are 5 features indulging in this cyber terrorism. This first one, difficulty in identifying the attackers. Then the next one, lack of boundaries. The next one, speed of development. And last, before, low cost of tools. Then at last, automated methods. This is what the features of cyber terrorism. So, the first one, difficulty in identifying the attackers. That is what the main flaw under cyber environment. If it is a physical environment, whoever bullying you, pranking you, harassing you, you can easily identify and file a complaints against that particular person, maybe he or she. But that is not a case under this cyber environment. We cannot know where the particular mail comes, where the particular message comes to your machine. A machine may be either a computer or a smartphone. So you cannot judge, you cannot identify. Maybe with the help of the organizations. In the previous classes, we discussed the organizations first and MAPP. You can file a complaint, but it is very difficult to identify the particular personality, because nowadays, I mean, the older days, they are using only IP spoofing. That is, IP spoofing means IP masquerading. But recent days, they are using multiple IPs. That is, all over the world, it shows the location. So it is very difficult to identify the attacker nowadays. That is what the first feature, difficulty in identifying attackers. If you are going to identify the location, it will shows a location for a while, and then it will be switched off to the another location. So location remains changed, so that we cannot judge the particular person. That is what the main thing, that is the main feature. Then the second one, lack of boundaries. That is the second point, is the extension of the first point. That is, lack of boundaries means we cannot tell that this attacks came only from this country or from this state, because nowadays the IP masquerading is very popular. That is IP spoofing. So with the help of that, the mail can be sent from any location, or some cases with the tools you can send the mail within India. You are a person in India, but you are sending the mail to another country, means with the help of this IP masquerading or IP spoofing, you can change your location now and then, though you are available in India itself. That is what the lack of boundaries, because we cannot know the origination point. It will display a multiple location in front of you. So it is very difficult to identify the particular person and its location, that is origination as well. That is what the second features. Third feature, speed of development. So students, are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thanks for your response. Then next one is speed of development. So speed of development in the sense, nowadays the market is very busy in creation of so many small tools and small softwares. So with the help of the small tools and small softwares, the attacks increasing day by day in a new dimension. That is what speed of development. If one virus attacks one particular organization, means before identifying the solution to that particular virus or creating any antivirus to that particular virus, new virus comes into the picture. That is what the speed of development. Example, a simple example. Recently, we faced the coronavirus issue. So, in the middle of that, we come across the another issue that is went on in China. They are facing another sort of disease. So, there is no solution for COVID still, but still a new virus came into the picture. This is applicable for medicinal field. The same thing also applicable for the cyber environment also. So before the identifying solution or creation of the solution for the first one, the second one comes into the picture. That is for the speed of development with the help of the small tools. I mean, the attacker not going to rely on a big tool to delete the particular person's data or personals. They are going to rely only the small softwares. Instead of using a big software, there are so many small softwares. For example, I am telling for a PDF, you don't want to rely on only the Adobe Acrobat Reader. There are so many softwares available, small softwares even. For example, I am telling Nitro PDF. There is a software called Nitro PDF. So in that PDF itself, you can convert the data. I mean, convert the data into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, images. So many things are available. But the same thing was available in the Adobe Acrobat Reader also. But it asks for a money. That is, we want to purchase. So instead of using this big software and purchasing the software, what I am very comfortable means I am using the Nitro PDF. Instead of buying anything, I am using freely because it is already attached with the Nitro PDF. The same thing only attackers do. So instead of going for a big tool or a big software, they are going to use only a small softwares only for attacking. That is what the speed of development. Then next one, low cost of tools. That is what. So the cost of tool was very less comparatively to the big tool available in the market. For example, purchasing of Adobe Acrobat Reader takes $5 minimum. Consider $5 means I want to spend $5. Instead, I am going to spend only my data to download Nitro PDF. So with that, I'm going to install it in my machine and then I'm going to enjoy the sophisticated features. So that is what low cost of tools, very inexpensive, simple to use, inexpensive. Then next one, automated methods. I am telling about the real-time example. The attacker is also going to follow the same strategy. Whatever the free tool available, free softwares available, like that they are going to check it out and then they are going to deploy it for the hacking, DDoS attacks, for several attacks. Then the last features is automated methods. In the sense, nowadays we are also, I mean, in India, the scientists creating so many missiles. So previous, I mean, years also, scientists created missiles. But what's the difference between those former days and nowadays means all the things are automated. That is, everything comes under this automated form. There is a robots in computer terms. We call that as a robots. But in general, every process becoming an automation right now. For a naval architecture, the going to be get automated in future. So you are going to construct a ship with all those automated features. For a miner, they are, I mean, mining people, mining as a mining engineer, you are going to set a bomb in the particular location for a particular point of time, and you are going to excavate the things. So for the mechanical people also, automated car also, maybe some countries arrive. In India, it's going to be yet to arrive. So every particular triple E also for triple E with the combination, that is combinedly going to work with the computer science engineers, that is IoT. So they are also going for automation. So every things nowadays get changed for automation. The same pattern also applied in this cyber terrorism also. So once everything gets fine, going smooth, the attacker set the timer to attack the particular machine. So it's everything is automated. So once the timer gets evaporated, it automatically alert the message or attack the another person's machine. That is what the automated methods. Instead of doing it in manual, with the help of this automated methods, one single virus or Trojan horse or any type of hijacking can send to multiple persons. Instead of sending a single thing or doing a single work, multiple works get clubbed together with the help of this automated methods. This is what the features of cyber terrorism. Then next one, examples. So before proceeding to the example, students, are you able to understand the features?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Then next one, examples of cyber terrorism. The first one is hacking. So sample examples of cyber terrorisms are hacking. Then next one is the virus. Virus may be virus or Trojan horse or worms, anything maybe. Then website defacing, then DDoS, that is DOS attacks, then at last terroristic threats made via email. That is before any preceding of attack, they're going to send the mail to any organization. We are going to do so and so. Like that mail will comes to the organization. That might be a police or any governmental organization, CBI, anything maybe. Then DOS, we already know that that is our data gets deleted or hacked by the hacker, that is attacker. It is what denial of service. It may be available, but we cannot access the contents of that data. That is what denial of service. We are going to discuss in detail some in upcoming slides. Then virus we already discussed. Hacking also we somewhat discussed in the last class. Then what is meant by website defacing? Means attacking the one particular organization website and modifying all those datas. That is what website defacing. At the point of time, it maybe looks different. Sorry, same as the normal organization website. Or some cases, we can believe that the organization only sending the messages or mails, but facing is the concept, that is the website, entire websites get hacked by the attacker. For example, our ISRO websites get hacked, our ECIL, that is the entire IT department, government of IT department, ECIL, Electronics Corporation. So that gets hacked by the attacker. There are so many websites easily attacked by the attacker. So some cases the attacker will attack the website and took the control over that. They maybe change the logo, change the name slightly so that we cannot exactly understand the the logo or the name of that particular organization. So that is what the website defacing. Next one, how this terrorism works means this with the help of this only hacking, misinformation, virus, worm. That is the previous thing, the examples we discussed. So who partakes in the act of cyber terrorism means terrorist in simple. For example, this picture is shown of. There are so many peoples, that is the underworld peoples like Dawood Ibrahim. There are so many peoples there. So Osama bin Laden, here is Osama bin Laden. Likewise, the devotees of this Osama bin Laden. So there are so many peoples involved in this cyber terrorism. Then the three common attacking methods they used for the cyber terrorism are: the first one is IP spoofing, that is what IP masquerading. The second one is password cracking, and the last one is DOS, that is denial of service attacks. So the first one, IP spoofing or masquerading. So what is the meaning of this spoofing or masquerading means? The entire IP packets are the part of the IP packets gets attacked by the attacker. That is, for example, I will tell. So in the computer networks, how the entire data, IP packets, in turn we also call that as a data. So data means, if for example, if you are transferring a 1 MB of file to the another person, or you are uploading the content from your location to another website or your Gmail account, means the data cannot be sent entirely. So it can be transferred with the help of this IP packets only. This is called as the computer networks. So in the through the networks, the data can get transferred with the help of this packets form only. So here, example I am telling, there are 5 packets available: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for example, 1 MB of data gets splitted into these 5 things. That is 20 KB. Consider this as a 20 KB. Example I am telling. So 20 KB and totally 100 KB. 20 MB, in turn it is a 100 MB. Okay, so anything may be. Example I'm telling, not exactly. So if any attacker, that is IP spoofing means only this particular data gets attacked. This data packet gets attacked by the attacker, and then they are going to attach the malwares or tokens. Tokens means virus in that uh, packet number 2, and then resending that again the same IP address. That is what the IP masquerading or IP spoofing. That is the entire, not the entire thing going to get attacked or preyed. Only the part of the thing gets attacked by the attacker, but it comes with the same IP only. That is what the attacking of this IP spoofing or IP masquerading. They are going to watch you, that is your desktop, your activities, whatever the details you are entering in the internet. That might be a banking transaction, or maybe any confidential data transfer, anything maybe. They are going to monitor the place in the sitting place itself with the help of this IP spoofing or IP masquerading. So maybe the entire data packets can get attacked, or a part of the 2, 3 or 2, 4, any packets gets attacked by the attacker. That is what the IP spoofing. So most probably this IP spoofing happens or to use for this denial of service, DOS attack. That is what the thing. Then the second one, password cracking. So password cracking, this might be for some persons it may be bullying or pranking, but it is a very crucial thing to crack the another personalities or person password. So there are so many things available. For example, in ATM machine, with the help of the jack, they are going to steal your password. They are going to steal your card magnetic stripe. So that only recent days the bank ATM card gets changed to the chip technologies. So likewise, there are so many things in the if you are using any online transactions with the help of the browsing centers. There is any private centers for browsing. In the browsing center itself, you are doing any online transaction means with the help of the jack, they are going to steal all your transactional details. That is also happened in the former days, not in the recent days, because nowadays we are all using the internet connectivity in our home, in our smartphone itself. So in the former days, they used to attack your personal information. So the password cracking means any person can crack this, can know your passwords, secret passwords, with the help of the virus. That is, virus means virus, worms, trojan horse, anything may be. They are going to send to your machine, deployed it. That is what the password cracking. So for that, they are going to use the brute force attacks. That is, brute force attack means now and then they are sending. They will send the message frequently to you. Maybe if they are sending 10 messages means at any point of time you may convince and click that mail or message. That is what the ultimate aim of that of this password cracking. Maybe first time you will get a mail like this particular offer you are having. If you are clicking on this button or clicking on this link like that. Next time the same offer will
Excuse
be
me, sir.
republished. Yeah,
Sir, sir, your
yeah.
screen is not visible, sir.
My screen is not visible.
No, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay, fine. I will check it out. So, students, everyone facing the same issue?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay, okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wait, wait. I will check it out. Activity. friends? Now are you able to see my screen?
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So they are going to send a frequent mail to you. Maybe at a point of time you may get irritated or you get attracted towards the email or message and then make a click over that. In turn, you are going to show the data or activities, whatever you are doing unknowingly. That is what. So that is what the example, that is weak encryption technology. So whatever the encryption technologies followed in the past years of operating system, it is Windows operating system, that is Windows 98, sorry, not Windows 98, Windows XP, and then Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1. They are the vulnerable. That is what most of the IT organizations use only the Linux platform. There are two advantages. One is you cannot easily get attacked by any other person, and the second thing, you cannot also not get attacked with the virus at all. That is what the main two things. So that they are using the Linux platform. Though the Windows platform is very user friendly, next platform is more securable thing or more securable platform for your data. That is what most of the IT company prefer this operating system. That is Linux operating system. There are so many operating systems available. Now recent thing is Kali. Kali Linux is the recent Linux. So in that also we are having the browsers, so many things. And for nowadays attackers using the browser of this Kali OS also, because it is more powerful than the Windows operating system platform tools. It is what most of the attacker nowadays they are using for the dark world activities. Then next one, that is the last one, denial of service attacks. So DOS attacks means it can be happens for two things. One is to crash the entire service. Then second one is to flood the entire service. For the two things only, the DOS attack will intended. This crash the service means the data was not available anymore to the user. Else, the data get replicated again and again and comes in front of you, so that you get irritated and you will do anything to eradicate all those things in front of your screen. That is what the two things, denial of service. So one most common attack method is saturating the target machine with communication requests such that it cannot respond to the traffic. That is, if you are connected to internet, you are surfing to the internet, some point of time your system, that is your machine, gets stopped for a while. That is what, that is not attack actually, but some point of time there will be a network traffic. So the denial of service is same thing only. Though you are having internet connectivity, good internet connectivity, good browser, that might be a Chrome browser or Firefox browser, any browser at all, good browser, good connectivity, you're not supposed to connect to a internet, or you're not supposed to visit any URL. That is what the denial of service. Or else some cases you will open up the same screen for a multiple times in your screen or desktop. That is also one sort of DOS attacks. That is what. Then the next one, small chart, that is cost and means of attack. So previous days and nowadays. That is what. So there are two curves available. One is cost of capability, availability of capability. So the first thing I will show the screen. First thing is invasion. Then second thing is nuclear weapons, and then missiles, and then cruise missile, and then aircraft, then at last computer. So in the previous days, they are used for attack or those things. That is from invasion to then precision on guided. That is what they used for the previous attack. But nowadays, people or peoples are using computer with the internet connectivity alone. So if you see the cost, it will go to the peak and then it decreasing downwards for the computer with internet connectivity compared to that recruitment of army personnels, then nuclear weapons, missiles at all. Then availability, you cannot recruit 1,000 persons. You cannot recruit 10,000 or a million persons for an army. You cannot buy a million missiles to strengthen your border security. You cannot use thousands of crews because it is a very cost. It may be very expensive, but I mean, this purchasing the computer, purchasing the internet connectivity is a very simple, very easy tool. That is the availability of the capability. So this particular curve shows that availability and cost. Then some examples of cyber terrorist attacks are three attacks. That is 9 bar 11 attack. We are very well known about that 9 bar 11 attack. Have you known about that, Pa?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
9th November attack. That is which attack, Pa? It belongs to 9 bar 11. Anyone?
Al Qaeda, sir.
Huh? Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda, sir.
No, no, I'm not asking about the groups. I'm
Twin
asking
Towers,
about
New York.
Twin Towers. Yeah, that is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So 9 cross
For
11 is
that.
Twin Towers, the US Twin Towers, and then Ahmedabad Bomb Blast, that is in Gujarat. Then this very crucial thing, that is 26 bar 11 in India happens. Ahmedabad also in India only happened. So we are going to see some examples of this 9 bar 11 attack. So the responsible person is Al Qaeda for 9 cross 11 attack. So after that attacking with the aircraft, the laptop of the Al Qaeda personnel is found in Afghanistan. So in that they are frequently having a communication, and they are surfing for the famous infrastructure available under world. So after that only they initiated the attack. So they sending the mails to the organization, that is Twin Tower organization, US organization, US government organization, for regarding these activities. That is for 9 cross 11. The next one is Ahmedabad bomb blast. So this bomb blast, the mail ID stated with the one mail can be managed by the terrorist. So that terrorist get attacked. I mean, take full charge or full control of the another person Wi-Fi, and then he executed all those activities. So that is also one type of cyber terrorism, because for the terrorism they use the services. Then that last one, 26 bar 11 Mumbai attack, that is the terrorist communicated with all those peoples. There is the sub-terrorist who are all indulged in that activity. That is that attack. They are used to over that VoIP, voice over internet protocol only. Then they also have a frequent communication with that one particular person. This the photograph of the particular person stated is the main person. So for that particular person, from 10 different IP address, he got the mail. That is what the thing of this 26 bar 11 Mumbai attack. So these are some examples. So next one, blackout day. This is for New York. The first cyber war happens at New York City on 14th August. Before that, they received one mail with the virus blaster. So after that, their power plants went off. Nuclear power plants went off. That is blackout day for U.S. government. In India, ECIL, Electronic Corporation of India Limited. This is the main corporation, comes under Government of India. It is Ministry of India. So they are producing so much things for IT sector. So they itself gets attacked, and then their information gets chilled. Then ISRO, BARC website. So these are some examples. Then now CBI websites. So many things also happens in India. This is also some sample example for cyber terrorism. So how does cyber terrorism affect ourselves? Means that air traffic, then banking system, bombs, hospitals, learn government, and then the tampering of our watering system. So these are all the possible things of attack in future. And at last, what we do means the same thing. That is, we always maintain a high alert and vigilance. Then updating the applications, mobile applications, our softwares, then our operating system frequently. Then having a strong passwords. Then keeping the antivirus system, that is AV system, and your firewalls updated. So this is what the thing we are going to do. So up to this, I'm going to conclude the session. So is there any query or any doubt, pa? Any Q&A or any feedback? Or shall I move for the last part attendance?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for the response. I'm going to stop the recording.